So I have a few new design ideas, both demonic, angelic and mystical. First, to the mystical. It has come to my attention that the reason why magic was lost to the world was because of an alteration to the mystical man itself that had changed in frequency, thus changing our grip and ability to use such methods. Well, in today's modern technology, I think I may have found an answer to that. If we can design a device capable of emitting and bridging the connection to the mana field, then we would be capable of using magic as we once were able to. Magic and tempering the elemental forces of nature we have already developed the technology to do with satellite rays, but compartmentalized into a handheld device could prove invaluable to firefighters and disaster relief organizations. Keeping in mind that the weather cycles have their purpose and so must occur, but that doesn't mean we could not design a way to reach those in danger and are barred rescue because of elemental hazards. Within this device we can also empt the mark of the beast and fulfill that part of prophecy as well. Magic and its fundamentals work on a basis of vibrational fields of kinetic energy that emulate their elemental force's raw essence to create a byproduct of that element as a result of the combination of its principles of cause and effect. So each element has a binaural sound wave that can be emitted based on the pattern that the Schumann resonance interacts with the elemental forces of the Earth, as it is the driving inertia behind all elemental forces on our world. The combination of magnetic and vibrational sound waves cause a fusion of subatomic elements that produce each of the elemental forces and their effects. Such tornadoes are a combination hot and cold temperatures colliding within a region of condensation that causes the air to become dense with precipitation and barometric levels to suddenly rise and drop with the collision of the heat and cold temperatures that creates a funnel of rushing air currents to form. Maintaining this effect at an equal rate decides the intensity and how solid of a funnel the tornado creates. Flat topography ensures the equilibrium of the forces that comprise it stay balanced and thus remains continuous. Change in the topography means a change to those levels of rising and dropping temperatures, thus throwing the balance off and the tornado weakens and dissipates. Just in this example alone we can see 4 of the 7 elemental forces at work here. They both support and can affect the other's stasis. The element of stone and its height and amount can alter the strength and even dissolve the fusion of elemental cycles, but it also can allow those cycles to maintain stability. We also see that the collision of heat and cold create the gusts of wind and determine the strength of that wind. The intensity of heat within a region of water causes the evaporation of water and that evaporation to rise until it cools off enough and ceases to rise. If the temperature of the water vapors drops too low, then they begin to form ice crystals that creates clouds. It then begins to reform into concentrated droplets as it gets heavier and forms the rain that falls from these cloud formations. Lightning sometimes forms within this effect due to the effect of the Schumann resonance magnetic field that is rising to the upper atmosphere, that is the energy source of our magnetosphere shielding, and the kinetic force of the elemental forces energies that comprise the inertia of the weather patterns becoming synchronized and identical to each other as they pass each other, one force rising and the other force dropping with the heat and cold exchanges of temperature. The water particles bridges the gap between the two identical energy flows, which creates a discharge of electrical currents due to the friction of their inertia, producing a bolt of lightning in the process, along with the sound of thunder that follows because it is based within their Schumann resonance's sound wave patterns as it transitions into kinetic force, emitting a magnetic discharge as a byproduct. It is the friction of these processes that creates the electrical element and sound wave byproduct of thunder. With the collaboration of science, technology and imagination for design, this could become an actual extension of mankind's capabilities, whose applications are numerous, especially to the current hazards and possible extinction level threats we now face today. It has its dangerous applications as well. In the wrong hands it could be devastating, but as a man of science, evil is in the eye of the beholder and does not sway my pursuit of scientific research that could benefit in ways that overcomes any hesitation due to the misguided actions of the few. After Darwinism takes its toll and eliminates those who live in selfishness, there will still be those who suffer and need solutions this method could be an answer to. The next subject has to do with the design of eon-based foundations of the principalities and the sinful and virtuous representatives of their aspects, and angels or demons of certain aspects that comprise both guardian and archetype demons, by using human conduits. I got the idea from a game called Castlevania: The Lords of Shadow. I know, ominous title considering the past, but in the concept of the game, the Lords of Shadow were at one point human, and they were separated from their bodies and ascended into heaven after a great battle had been won. Their ascension to their higher, divine state of being left their mortal bodies to become inhabited by the only aspects of them left to assume control over their mortal forms. The dark, suppressed qualities that had been maintained and under control by their mortal consciousness were left to be in free control of their mortal forms without suppression. This concept lit up a malevolent light bulb in my mind. Certain aspects such as guardians and gatekeepers into the realm of the dead or even the heavens gatekeepers could be derived from an adaptation of this process. People, whose lives are dedicated to protecting life and its qualities, can be used to extract a divine ascended form from their mortal forms and embody the angelic deities that are needed at the time, eliminating the sinful nature of man but retaining the good and pure qualities they each possess and housing it with the sinless aspect of an angelic vessel. The same could go for the demonic aspect of hell's archetype, demons removing the weakness of man's conscience and hesitation, enabling them to perform their functions in hell without flaw of emotions to bar their paths. Also, this may eliminate the desire and cause behind rebellion and power struggles they so often experience. Well, those are my ideas I've been working on. Leave a comment in the video comment section to let me know your opinions. For those this may
Together we are a powerful force, as one mind, body, and soul. Let no evil enter, nor attempt to reduce us, because of the beliefs we hold. And with this love, combined with our strength, we ward off pain and stress. Technician I am, wholeheartedly, in life and in death.
Okay, I get it, I'm an FO and freak of nature, but the pen is gonna heat the paper. Was a problem in the incubator, mama dad was the creature maker. I never need the shaker, the beat from tape word the teacher later. Now you're the beast awakener, I don't think the streets are safer. My misery seeping through my delivery, bitter we givers and they keep my figures, don't try to nigger me. The grave digger is hither, he is no kidder, see. Consider the dark energy, sinner be inner me. Black diamonds all around, calling all the down definite. You saw the clown and now stepping with that tall amount of big tech and shit. Ooh, 3 times, my people they know when that defines. What the people are loving and that's T9. He rhyme and make a beeline. They bout to hate, made out the grade. They bout to break if they don't pay out the cake. Stay out my face, you don't want me to lay out the fake. Flip the sick and pray that relate, that I'm incredible straight out the gate.
We are the darkness but we're leaving. We are the gods that are deceiving. We are the painters of blind faith. We are the children of your rivals, holding guns while reading Bibles. Go ahead and seal your face.
Straight out the gate, you see the face of Eba on Technina, evil brain angel heart. I remain in the dark and anointed. With holy they console me when they know we sin. Got a hold of me while they let go of me. I'm double jointed. I'm wicked and I represent the sickness. All you fraudulence feeling I'm falling, offending the Father. I'll place you in the deepest, darkest part of abyss. Nobody but you, and without any food and no agua. I'll blacken the sun on you bitches. Sat in a dungeon and ditches. Yapping is one of your glitches. Halted. The kraken has come with the quickness back, and I'm plundering chicks and laughing. Your dummies trip with exalted. Tag 9. Fuck the industry, independence. We enemies to them and he that's blind. The champ is here, the vamp is near. Hunting you heathens hella hungry and I'm amped this year.
We are the darkness but we're leaving. We are the gods that are deceiving. We are the painters of blind faith. We are the children of your rivals, holding guns while reading Bibles. Go ahead and seal your face.
Straight out the gate, I am the public enemy number 1. Fuck your fame, I became the name of a gun. Now the parents hate Aaron because they sons and daughters wanna be martyrs, believing in my art and it young. All I got is my bars and rap on my paw that y'all want me to fall, calling craps. Suckers hate it, now they crawling back cause I'm tall as Shaq and I'm always up for brawling that. Strange music saved my life. I was fucking it, then the music became my wife. Nobody on this planet can tame my mic. Call me crazy, don't matter, fucking insane, I like.
When the sun
else. Everyone screams help. Then only one king's felt when telling all survivors welcome to something else.
And I say, Kansas City.